for exotic players.
Mr. Easy from box 6, he's one who can show some good speed. Recently joined the Jason Thompson kennel after, I think Jason Portelli might be on holidays or something like that, but he's got some pace that he can inject into this.
Yeah, good winner from box 6, which he exits from tonight. 2 starts ago at Sandown, 34.07, was able to dictate from the front on that occasion. As you mentioned, he has got pace. He can run a strong 5.95, 600 metres. So expect him to put himself in the firing line. It's just a tricky draw with a dog like Poor Lulu hanging up the track with speed.
Runners are making their way to the boxes. Let's get on track to our man Smithy. Has got Michelle Malia and Stomping.
I do, and Stomping, he featured in the Rookie Rebel last year, and you could argue he's going better this time around. Was it a plan to bypass the Australian Cup and head towards a Rookie Rebel?
Yeah, it was. I just didn't want to get caught up in the Australian Cup and being a final that's got so much pace in it when I probably got, I wouldn't say I got a big chance to win the Rookie Rebel, but it's more suited to him.
So you embarked on this sort of campaign. We saw him run fast over the 500 recently. He's fast over the 600 as well. Box number 2 tonight, surely a benefit.
Yeah, look, it's a good box for him, and he just loves to get out and land on the rail, but there's a lot of pace in this race, so I just got to hope he can get clear early and then see how he goes in the end.
Well, good luck there. I'll grab Cole Brett as well. Now, Cole,
how are you?
Going well, Cole. Gary Stun on 100th start last week. He got the chocolates.
Big night.
Can he do it, 101?
Why not? He's done well. He's done well all week. He's been, yeah, we're very happy with him, and the crowd's over here, and no $30 tonight on offer, but he's good, the old boy. He's as good as I can get him. I can't do any more for him, just a bit of luck.
Oh, well, good luck to you, Cole. Hopefully we're chatting after the race. And then I'll grab Dave Burnett as well. Dave, warm cockles stepping up to the 600 for the first time. Was this more of an afterthought, or were you always wanting to step him up to the 600?
Oh, it's been on the plans, but again, it's an afterthought after a disappointing run last week, and hopefully just a little bit more of a distance and a bit of open field up today might help him get his confidence back a little bit more, and again, hopefully he can run it out.
Do you see box 8 being an advantage for that? I know it's always tough from a bend start to get across, but do you think he'll get that room?
Oh, again, box 8 here at the 600s is not that bad of a box for my eyes compared to the 500s, so it's all up to him and what he does early.
Oh, good luck. There we are, the field for the Rookie Rebel Prelude. It's not an exemption race into next week, but it's certainly an audition. I'm looking forward to this, boys.
Thanks, Smithy. And the market suggests, Nathan Rooney, that Stomping is the one to beat. He comes in with almost immaculate form. Do you think he'll be winning this prelude of the Rookie Rebel?
Yeah, I do. I think he's bypassed the Australian Cup to really focus in on this. I think he's in a rich vein of form, and I think the box draw suits him here. 2, 1, 7 and 8, my numbers. Stomping on top. Poor Vortex can utilise box 1, stepping up to the 600 distance for the first time. Got a bit of speed and has raced at a high level over the 525 around the Broadmeadows circuit. 7 at Poor Yasmin in for third. She's a drop back, run home type that might be able to get up the fence late. And for fourth, number 8, Warm Cockles. 2, 1, 7, 8, my numbers. The Rookie Rebel Prelude, race number 6 at the Meadows.
So the last opportunity for these greyhounds to make their case and put themselves up for selection for the Group 1 Rookie Rebel next Saturday night, where fields will be announced on Monday. Here's James for race 6.
Top of the tree market-wise here in the Rookie Rebel Prelude. So last of them going in. It's been in great form. Stomping will run the favourite against a hot field tonight. The green light set for the Rookie Rebel Prelude. Often racing, and Stomping's missed the kicker shade. It's a bit of a traffic jam, and from the outside, Warm Cockles came across, but Poor Vortex will drive through and lead. A lap to go. Poor Vortex led a length and a half. Stomping, who's going to have to do it from behind, getting that inside run. 4 lengths to Gary Stun on, and then Warm Cockles, a break to Tully Luna, and then Mr. Easy, Poor Yasmin, and at the end, Poor Lulu. Down the back, it's Poor Vortex. At his first 600, he looks strong. Led a length and a half to Stomping, and they're well clear to Gary Stun on. It's Poor Vortex, the leader, showing no sign of stopping. Poor Vortex all of the way, won it by a length over Stomping, and third, at distant third, Warm Cockles gets it just over Tully Luna. Gary Stun on close up, and then Mr. Easy, Poor Yasmin, last Poor Lulu, time at 34 and 38.
All right, Poor Vortex gets the job done, and Mason Kaufman, you were pretty much the co-host for Jason Adams last week, and you're trending that way with me this week.
Well, hopefully. Got a couple more to go, so we'll see.
Was that any sort of surprise? Obviously drawn a positive box, but stepping up to the 600 in that sort of class?
Yeah, he drew a good box, but with Stomping on his outside, I didn't really enjoy the map. Made the most of it though. He pushed up, hard railed, and yeah, he's good.
At what point in the race could you exhale and go, we've won this, or were you worried the whole way around with stomping on your hammer?
Yeah, worried the whole way around. First goes 600, you never know what they're going to do, but his runs over 500 really suggested he was going to get it, so really good to see him land out in front too.
All right, well done. Hopefully we're talking to you a little bit later on, Mason. He's got the magic touch at the moment. I think the Grenfells might have to get him a pay rise, but boys, that was a bit of a blowout, but it was an impressive performance nonetheless.
Indeed it was, Smithy, and he got the job done here, Nathan. Look at Paul Lulu here. Want to shift off the track, which, as you suggested pre-race, absolutely played into the hands of not only Stomping, but Paul Vortex, who was able to get track position in the early stages.
Yeah, that's why the market did gravitate towards 1 and 2. I thought she would run good cover and make it hard work for the dogs drawn middle and wide to get across. And the high-quality sprinters, Paul Vortex and Stomping, he has posted, 29.50 around Sandown and also 29.70 odd around the Meadows when he's been in form through the early part of this year and the late part of last year. So he just needed a confidence booster. He got the right draw. He was able to get to the front, hold the front, and then Stomping had to work overtime to get past him. I think the gap in between runs wasn't ideal for Stomping either. He had that 5:45 at Ballarat a couple of weeks ago, Jason, then most probably had a quiet trial in between, but I think that'll top him off beautifully for the rookie Rebel, but he was just no match for Paul Vortex in the run to the line and a big gap back to third. 7 lengths back to third's most probably a true indication of how well them two greyhounds on the inside were drawn. Warm Cockles did work home well into third, but good time on the board. 34 and 36 on the clock. So full credit goes to Paul Vortex and Team Grenfell there.
It is moving over the 600 metres, as we know. And Smithy, you rejoin us again. And you mentioned pre-race that this isn't an exemption race. It's not a win and you're in for the rookie Rebel, but it is I guess an audition, isn't it, to put yourself up for selection and show everyone what you're made of. And ideally, in the case of Team Grenfell and Paul Vortex, they've done their very best to be a part of consideration as the field gets announced on Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we came up with the sort of concept that it changed to last year with the Australian Cup being a 3-week series, the Temley becoming a bit of a feeder race, we wanted to give the opportunities to have the best dogs here week in, week out. And a dog like Paul Vortex shows why we've put this prelude on the middle week, because let's be honest, if it didn't win tonight, it was probably not even really in consideration for a rookie Rebel. Hadn't been up over the 600. Its 500 form is good, but probably not good enough for you to go, well, we have to put it in. Whereas it gets the opportunity to audition tonight, goes a nice time. 34 and 36 is good going, particularly with his win and particularly with how much carnage there was early. Going into that bend, it was mayhem. I know Warm Cockles has been beaten 8 lengths. I actually thought the run was really nice, and Stomping lost absolutely no admirers either. Didn't get it all his own way and probably found himself out at the end of the race there because he'd copped that curry in the early stages. But I thought all place getters were really impressive and put their hand up and said, well, I'm ready if the panel wants to pick us.
And you can't talk Smithy as a club representative when it comes to selecting these fields, but Nath, it's not going to be easy, is it? Selecting this rookie Rebel field, because you're going to have some stayers, whether they missed out tonight on a spot in the Fano Bale that we haven't seen throughout the series, possibly like a Lanfranco, and some stronger sprinters wanting to get a gig as well. So there's differing form lines over all 3 distances. It's going to make it tricky to select the best 8.
Oh, unbelievably hard. Like as Corey touched on, Paul Vortex wouldn't have been in conversation before tonight's run. Stomping's most probably bona fide. He's got tickets on the board that he was going to be there, and Michelle's really targeted that, being confident that she's going to get a spot. But then you've also got to think, your Kangaroo classes, your Zipping Hopkins stepping up. If they don't get through tonight to the Australian Cup final, they're going to put their name up in lights to be having a rookie Rebel spot. And then there is a couple coming back in trip as well. And if Lanfranco is ready, where does he fit into the picture? You most probably need more than one prelude, to be brutally honest. You most probably needed another one last week and a couple of goes at it, because there was no free-for-all on last week. There was only a 5-dog mixed grade 4 and 5, and I think a few of these runners, like Stomping, most probably missed that run because there was no free-for-all on for them. But I think the concept is really good, how they've expanded it to a 3-week series, given a rookie Rebel prelude as a new race into next week. And yeah, no, I'm glad I'm sitting over this side